Welcome to Voices of OKC. We are here again and so excited to be a part of this podcast. Excited that you're here with us, joining us on the podcast as well. And we can't wait to share our next guest with you. This next guest, he's become a great friend. He's become an uncle to City Center, all the kids at City Center. He's Santa Claus around Christmas time.
I am Santa Claus to one person in particular, too, because you and your wife, I come through here every afternoon. We'll get into all the details of this. But anyway, I come and I bring money from other people every afternoon.
Yep.
And I wear a bit of a Santa outfit. Mm-hmm. And there was one little bitty. It was very special to you. And your wife said, that's Santa Claus. Yeah. And she had questions, and I had good enough answers. So there is someone in this building who believes when I walk into this building, I am Santa Claus.
100%. Before we go any further, this is Voices of OKC, Stories of Hope. So I'm going to tell you a quick story of hope and extrapolate on that. So Spinozi walks into the center, and what he didn't know is right before our 6-year-old little daughter kept thinking that she was a bad girl and that she wasn't going to get anything for Christmas. And, she's been through some things in her little life. And so we were like consoling her and helping her calm down. And then you walked in that Santa outfit, and her eyes got real big, and she just watched you walk around the entire, Santa's toy shop. And she went over to Julie, my wife, and said, "Hey, is that Santa?" And she goes, "Yeah, go talk to him." So she went up and talked to you, and this is what was powerful. She, leading up what I'm leading up to, but she said, "Where's your boots?" And what did you say? You had a really quick response. Well, it's not wintertime right now. Mm-hmm. I don't have to wear boots. Oh, okay. Where's this? And you had a quick answer for everything. And so then finally, she asked. You said, "I heard you are a very good girl. I'm going to bring you the gifts that you want this year." And man, she just completely freaked out. What's cool about that is that shifted her perspective on who she was as a little person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really cool and powerful. But Christmas time is just such an electric, fun time. And we'll talk more about that too, for sure, because that's really important, something you do for the city. But this is Ron Benton, a.k.a. Spinozi, radio host for the Morning Animals on the Sports Animal. Hilarious. I'd really like to hear this story about Christmas and how this whole thing with us got started, because every year, for those of you that don't know, we do a big Christmas outreach where we provide gifts for up to close to 4,000 students every year. And so it's pretty phenomenal what we've been so privileged to get to do. But then there's people that come along for the journey, like Ron, and it was really funny. So here's how it started on our end. So we were shopping for Christmas. It was our first year it was our second year doing Christmas outreach. And this year we were only doing like 500 students, I think. And so we were, trying to figure things out. One of our friends was out shopping, and I think that friend called you and said, "Hey, I heard you on the radio this morning," and I won't talk about the details of the story that relates to
Hillary.
But Hillary was the person that let us know she was shopping for Christmas for us and invited you along. So I want to hear, though, the rest of the story in relationship to Mike Gundy and how he relates to this whole story for Christmas for City Center.
Well, I love telling a story. People, when I walk into, I drive around Christmas time, and I pick up checks. And a lot of places I go, they're like, "How did this thing start?" Yeah. And all of my drivers, OG&E is a wonderful sponsor, and they give me a driver.
Thank you, OG&E.
And I always tell each driver every day, you're about to go through the best day of your life. You're going to walk into a room full of people who want to hug you and hand you a pile of money. Who else gets to do that job? Yeah. I do. But you also get to hear me tell the same story 10 times, because I'm going to tell the story, and it goes like this. I love betting on college football. Mm-hmm. I love it. But the thing I specifically like betting on is something called win totals. Win totals is Las Vegas will say, for instance, Oklahoma State 7.5. So you have the opportunity to bet over that or under that. You're going to say, "I think they'll win 8 games," or "I think they'll win less than 7 games." I'm not really good at betting on games just game by game, but I'm really good at this over and under thing, and I always have had the ability to do that. So I bet on Oklahoma State that year, and I don't typically bet this much money, but I just had such a strong feeling. I bet $250 they're going to go over, and I felt so good. And that season, they were rolling. I mean, they were well on their way. And then I have a lot of Oklahoma State fans. I'm an OU fan. Mm-hmm. So in doing my show, I was openly rooting for Oklahoma State, which was making people mad. They were like, you're not supposed to like them.
Yeah.
And after they would lose, I would come on the radio and go, "Oh my God, this is what it's like." I mean, because they would always say it's very hard being an Oklahoma State fan because they will just kill you. They'll just rip your heart out. They lost in every inconceivable way you can possibly think of that season, and I was going crazy. I was just like, "Oh my God, it's just I need you to get here." Yeah. And so it gets to the end of the season, they don't get there, and I swore, a vengeance against Oklahoma State and just having fun with it. I'd lost my money, and it was over with. Well, that Friday morning, our boss walked into the studio. There's a guy on one piece of glass, and we're on the other, and our boss could walk in, and I saw them talking. It's like toward the end of the show, maybe 20 minutes ago. I saw him hand my partner Phil something, and Phil could talk to me on the talkback through studio, and he goes, "Oh, my gosh, you need to see this. You need to read this." I was like, "Well, whatever it is, you read it on the air." And we go on the air, and he says, "It's from the desk of Mike Gundy and his stationery," and it said, "Hey, listen, I have some crazy friends who listen to your show, and they said that you believed in us, and we let you down this year, and I feel it's our responsibility to pay you back." And it was, honestly, it was a check for $250 from Mike Gundy, from his checking account, from his checks.
Wow, that's cool.
And to pay me back. And we all laughed about it, and the guys were like, oh my God, what are you going to do, frame it? And I was like, no, it's not mine. I'm going to give it away. I said, I lost my money in Las Vegas. Well, I happened to be going to an event the next day. I have a friend who does wonderful work with an AIDS crisis group, and they're having a walking pub crawl.
Okay.
So I said, I'm just going to sign this check over to this group. And they're like, oh, no, you're not. You're going to. I was like, no, I'm really going to do this. And I even had someone photograph me doing it, giving it to them, and I gave it away. And I thought, that's over with.
Yeah.
Then on Monday, I came in, and we're talking about this, and they still didn't believe it. And I was like, no, I gave it away. I said, it's not my money. Someone listening was so moved that she dropped off a card that day. Her name's Kathy Steve.
Yes,
I just never forget Kathy Steve. And she, by the way, Mike Gundy got us started, but Kathy Steve really made it happen because she gave me that check for $250 with a card that said, I love that you just gave that money away. I want now give away my money. Well, I had met these guys in the meantime, and I just thought I just met these amazing. I had already promised that money, to go on Saturday, but I said I have more money. I met these people who do amazing things through my friend Hillary. I'd met you guys. I said, oh, I know who I want to give it to. So I brought it over to you guys that day, thinking it's over. That's it. It's over. It's all over. So I go in the next day on the air. And they're like, so did you give the money away? And I said, oh, yeah, I met these people, blah, 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 blah. And I said, as a matter of fact, and this was being completely just being a wiseacre. I just threw it out there. And I said, matter of fact, anybody who give me $250, I'll come pick it up. My Facebook and Twitter went bananas. Yeah. They were just, I couldn't keep up with it in real time. And I was like, I really have to do this. Yeah. I really have to drive around. I didn't have a plan.
You're driving a little Nissan Juke.
I had a little Nissan Juke, and I was getting them in real time, and people were just texting me, and I was like, and I drove, the next day after I drove around, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe people were doing this. Yeah. I couldn't keep up with Facebook and Twitter, so the next day I went on the air and I gave away my phone number, because I said I can keep up with texts a lot faster. Awesome. And the guys I work with were like, I can't believe you're giving out your phone number. And I said, I have to. Yeah. But I said, everybody who texts me, and I lowered it from $250 to $100 too. I said, $100 is just fine. I'll come see you for $100. I couldn't believe what happened. I mean, I could not believe that so many people wanted me to come see them. And by the time we were done, we had collected so money, and I'd driven so many days, I figured out it's like the 12 days. Yeah. So we had a name for it. The first year, we just called it Miracle on 41st Street. We just called it that. It was a great name for it. But because of that, and there was also an energy company that had promised to match or to make a donation based on how many people went to your website. And then on the air, we told everybody, you have to give us $1. You have to give us $1. You have to go to the website. So this energy company will give them that money. Yep. It turned into a big pile of money, which is like, at the end of it, being that I was just, it was like a joke, like going, hey, give me $250, I'll come see you. We couldn't believe it. And then it had also given me time to every day, after I get the money, I talk about the people I go see the next day. And by the way, my hands are doing this. It's like your engineers have to be like crazy. I get to talk about all these nice people I met. So the stories I got to tell every day inspired more people to say, oh, I want him to come. I want you to meet my people. And then I got to be part of Wrapping Day. Yeah. And then I got to be part of Delivery Day. And all of these things, I got to share these experiences on the air that by the time next year rolled around, we just put a promo on the air around Thanksgiving with my phone number. probably half of my, I only have so many places I can go per day. I only have so much time. Like half my trip was filled up before I even started.
Wow.
And every year it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And when I walk out of places, it's like I tell the doctor, I never look at what they give me. I put it right in my pocket. I don't care what it, unless they spread it out in front of me. I put it right in my pocket. I don't know if it's $100. I don't know if it's $5,000. And the drivers are so excited. We wait till we get in the car. I won't even touch it. We open it up. We're like, oh, wow. It's just fill in the blank. And it's turned into, I have a friend in Shawnee who throws this big, we call it the Shawnee Shakedown. I go out and I meet him and his friends at a place in Shawnee, and he takes me from place to place to place and tells everybody, give him $100. Basically shakes down the entire city of Shawnee. It's my buddy Teddy. And so by the end of that, we have another pile of money, and it's just turned into one thing after another after another. And the thing I tried to explain to people is you can't even understand how lucky it is for me that I get to do this. People are like, don't you get tired? And I'm like, no, the longer it goes, the more energy I have.
I love that.
Now, by the time it's over with, I'm like, okay, it's good, but every day I just get more excited because, I mean, I have days where I do nothing but go to Tulsa. I have days where I do nothing but go to Stillwater and Enid. I have days that I'm, it's like people contact me well enough, I can use my time to good advantage now. Yeah. Because at first I was seriously going from El Reno to Yukon, from Yukon to Norman, from Norman to Shawnee. Yeah. I was just, I was driving all the time. And it's just become more fun to the point where there are so many people who, once they come to wrapping day, they want to come to delivery day, or vice versa. Or I was telling Jed before we started the podcast that I have a handful of people who have already contacted me. It's not even October yet.
I know.
And they're saying, hey, can you put me in for this day? Because I want to do it next year when we have my office Christmas party, or I'm going to have some friends over. I have groups I visit in the evening because they have this group of ladies that gets together.
Oh, the Thunder ladies.
The Thunder Babes, the fabulous Thunder Babes. I went to they have a ladies' evening, a cocktail hour, and I went to meet them. Yeah. And then they took me to their whole Sunday school class the next year.
That's awesome.
And all of these people who I've become friends with and associates with through this now want to share me with their other friends. And it's unbelievable. It's like I am the luckiest guy in the world that I get to do this. And working with you guys, the best thing that happens every day on top of meeting everybody is I come in here at the end of the day, and there's usually kids here and a lot of volunteers and stuff, and I get to sit down at that table, and I know how much money's in that envelope. I know. I already counted it because I can't wait till I get here. And I put it in front of them, and I get to watch the people at City Center count it because you guys get so excited because of you know what you have to pay for, and you have people out shopping. And then I get to meet volunteers who are coming in from other cities and states who are helping you guys.
That's right, yeah.
And then I get to come upstairs and see the toy room. Yeah. The toy room is nothing less than, if you're in this building from December 1st through Christmas, you understand what it would be like to be at the North Pole in Santa's workshop because it's moving just that quickly. And there's just that much going on. It requires so many people to do this. I get to do the easiest part. I seriously have the easiest part. I get into a vehicle, and OG&E sends a guy to my house. Yeah. And here's a great story about OG&E is when they sent me a driver for the first time. The first year, they gave me a vehicle.
An electric one, too.
And we didn't know I wasn't insured, and I didn't know that they hadn't insured me. Nobody knew till the end. And the second year, they were like, well, we got to make this work. I was like, well, just give me a driver. And they were like, hey. So a lot of the guys you see up on your lines keeping your power on, they get to volunteer. They get time every year paid for by OG&E to do volunteer work, which then they donate to go with me.
Those guys are always so awesome.
Oh, they're awesome.
They're so awesome.
And but the first year, I told him we were done. I go, hey, do you know who's going to be with me tomorrow? He goes, oh, yeah, his buddy of mine. I said, I want you to call him tonight and tell him he's a jerk. You have to open his door. You have to say, yes, sir. You can't make eye contact with him.
I love that.
And so the guy was seriously standing out next to the vehicle with the door open the next day. And he was like, good morning, sir. And I just stared at him. And I handed him a piece of paper with an address on it and I said, take me there. I didn't even get down to the end of the block before I was laughing.
That's
but I was like,
funny.
He said, man, I didn't even sleep last night. I was so excited. I listened to the show and I found out you were a jerk. So I make every guy do it. And now they all know. It's the cat's out of the bag.
That's hilarious.
But all of these guys and the men and women who help out, and now OG&E, for wrapping day, they have people who want to come here. They have delivery day, they have people who want to come here. It's the people who have put together their own groups themselves of people who want to help out. They're like, no, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. It's crazy. So it's like I told Jed. Before I came here, I got off the air, and I knew I was coming here, and I was like, I have to order Santa hats because everywhere I go and I pick up money, I walk in with a bag full of Santa hats, and I make everybody who's at that business
that.
because if they say they won't put the hat on, I just turn around and walk out of the building and say, I don't want your money.
I love it.
So even CEOs of companies and doctors who have practices will put one of those hats on just long enough, and the OG&E guy instantly, he's staff photographer for the day.
Yeah.
And I get to post every one of those photos on all of our Sports Animal social media and my social media.
Yeah.
And my mom is in Baltimore. I know she's sitting and waiting for 12 days while I drive around, so she can be the first person to comment.
She's on every one.
She's on it every time. She's so excited watching me go through this, and I call her all the time. And so it's just one of the coolest things of all time. And it's just $100. I mean, it's like I always say, you and 10 friends, $10 each.
Yeah.
And it's like mostly Oklahoma City metropolitan area. I mean, if you're in Dallas, I will come, but it's going to cost you.
I love
it's like,
that.
I don't care. I'll get on an airplane to come to you if you have enough money.
I love
It's
that.
one of those kinds of things. But you know, we try to make the best of our time, and also the cool thing is because of the day we live in technologically, we have people who listen to the show all over the world.
Yep.
We have people who listen to
Get
our
on the app.
podcasts all over the world. And the fact that you can just go to your website, and I'm like, hey, just go to the website, make a donation. Last year, whenever we talk about the website, Jed would tell me, oh, my God, we just got really, really banged on the website today. Plus, the Oklahoma City Thunder are incredibly generous. They get guys to autograph jerseys for it. They gave us a suite last year.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Because of the scheduling conflict, they wound up with an extra home date, and somebody with the Thunder organization got in touch with me and said, you guys want the suite? And instead of like auctioning it off, I came up with this thing called $5 Friday. I wanted everybody to have a chance instead of just people who had, a spare $3,500. And all of these $5 that day was, what was it, like
$12,000.
It was like $12,000. People threw $5. So after that,
Over 3 hours.
Everything that we do now is $5 Friday. It's
I
like
love
we don't ever auction things off in a traditional manner anymore. Everything's $5, so everybody can enter as many times as they want. But they would say, if I give you 25, do I get more chances? So I was like, no, you got to do it 5 times.
Yeah.
You got to get now. Do it once for your kids, once for your mom, once for your But you can actually hear how much more excited I get talking about.
Sure,
this,
I can see it. Yeah,
and I have 5 more ideas this year I haven't even told you about. So
okay. I'm ready.
It just gets bigger and better every year. And the thing is, the stack of wish lists just gets bigger every year. It's just bigger and bigger, and that number of people who need help, it grows every year. And so, I mean, I know you guys, you do what you can, but you do more every year somehow.
Yeah.
And the generosity of the people who ask me to come over is just more every year. So I can't wait, man. I'm ready.
Well, really quickly, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Ron and hear more about all that he does in Oklahoma City, but specifically what he does for Oklahoma City in regard to City Center and as it relates to Christmas. We're back with Voices of OKC. We're here with Ron Benton, Spinozi, and you are literally a voice of OKC. Like, you're on the radio waves. So, man, you're a voice of OKC on the radio waves for the sports world, but you're so much more than that to us here at City Center. You can see your heart behind it. I think, I like this term. You're a man of the people. You know what I mean? Like that whole $5 Friday thing. You're like, no, we're going to include everybody that has any amount of money to contribute to this whole thing. And I love that about you, and I think that it makes sense why we work together so well, just because I feel like we have that similar heart. We just want to see people served, loved, happy, and their needs met, So, man, Ron, it really means the world to us that you do this every year. If you're not involved yet with the Christmas outreach that we do every year, 12 Days with Spinozi, guys, I'm telling you, if you're a business owner, you want to be a part of this because he is going to promote you like you've never been promoted before.
I joke with my boss all the time. My boss goes, you can't buy advertising on this radio station for what somebody gives for handing you $100. He goes, you can't get that for $100 here.
Yep.
And it's like, well, the funniest thing is, 2 times last year, I went out and there were guys up on a roof putting up Christmas lights for very, very wealthy people. And those guys climbed down off ladders to give me money and take a photo, and they went right back up the ladders.
Wow.
I mean, some of my stops are like that. Some of my stops where I seriously sit down and have lunch with people. Yeah. I go to Midwest Wrecking. I love seeing those guys. They plan their Christmas party, chili cook-offs, and all those kinds of things. People plan those things for me. Right. So I have, I'd say 25% of the people I will visit this year are from the very first year. Wow. From all the way back to 2018. That's when this thing started.
That's so cool. Well, we got to get ready to wrap up, but man, this has been a tremendous, just getting to know more about your past and your history growing up, what that looked like for you. But, we always try to talk about a moment of hope that we've had in our life before we close. And so for you, I don't know what that looked like for you. Was there a moment for you where, and maybe it was being a part of what we're doing here at City Center, maybe there was like, oh man, I'm seeing so much hope infused at this center. I don't know. What does that look like for you? What does hope look like to you? And was there ever a moment of hopefulness for you that kind of transitioned you in life a little bit?
Oh, wow. I mean, I seriously, I have so many forks.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
have so many forks because I've worked, at a bunch of radio stations. And, I really can't think of any one thing in particular, but I just know it this way. And I know it. It's because I know at all of those places, somebody got dropped into my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I got fired from my first radio station in Baltimore, and I was in a bad way. And I was
Yeah.
about to spin in a bad way. 2 weeks before that, I was out doing a radio promotion for Fat Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to play these barroom games with people. We did a lot of barroom broadcasts, and met this group of girls. And one of them in particular was super, super cool.
Okay.
And she gave me her card.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got fired, I just wanted to go out and do something that weekend. I just wanted to go out with somebody new who didn't know anything about me, didn't want to talk about it. And she was put there to fix my broken wings.
Wow.
And I just know that I am one of those types of people too. I know that I am put in people's lives to do that. I like that. It's like you're a fixer. You know what I mean? It's like there's some people, they have a term for it, fixer.
Mm-hmm.
Is I know I'm dropped into people's lives. When I read to school kids, at the end of it, whoever I noticed all the me's in the room because I let them participate with me. When I'm done, I ask, can I please talk to them? Mm-hmm. And I ask them, I go, do you get in trouble sometimes and stuff like that? And I tell them, hey, listen, no one else understands yet. Yeah. I go, you have something incredibly special. Wow. I say, you can fly, but nobody wants you to fly right now. Yeah, so cool. I just hope, I like those times when I know I'm put someplace.
Sure.
And I'm with somebody that I can say something.
Well, you're providing the hope for that person,
But I always, like I told you, had it not been for a guy that worked with my father in the police department who knew me, who sought me out to tell me, hey, stupid, you're this close right now.
Yeah.
I'd have gone to prison.
Sure.
I mean, I would have clearly, and my father was a cop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I just always feel like if you ask for it, it's going to show up and manifest itself in some way. You might not recognize it at first, and it might not show up looking anything like you think it is. Yeah. But I know looking back, because when you're old, you can look back and kind of piece it together a little bit while you're happening, maybe not. Yeah. But I do like, if you don't see the miracle, be the miracle. It's to me, that's one of my favorite expressions I see all the time. I like that. And I love it's like when I don't feel like I don't have enough, I go on Instagram and I just watch videos of people doing good things, and I'm like, okay, I should be doing more good things. Yeah. And here's one suggestion to you: just like if you, I don't go to church, I'm not that kind of thing. I was born and raised Catholic, but I refer to myself as a bus stop Christian.
Okay.
I rode the bus a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I have a car now, but if there's a day, if it's cold or the weather's not particularly good, I guess I should do it when the sun's shining. But I see a lot of people sitting on a bus stop with the sun on their face, and they look like they're not having that bad a day. They're like, going, it's probably a better day than I had yesterday.
Sure.
But I just pull over, and I go, where do you need to be?
That's cool.
And I'm a really big guy in a Jeep, so it's kind of intimidating. I'm like, I'll let you hold my wallet.
Yeah.
It's just so you know I'm not here to do bad things to you. But if you see a little old lady pulling one of those little old lady shopping carts, I always like to pull over and go, ma'am, how far do you need to get? Wow. And I've had to pick them up to put them in my Jeep because they're so little. But to me, that's my favorite thing is like, it doesn't have to be your way. You don't have to be in the front row of a church. You don't have to be. You have to find your way to, you don't have to be a bus stop Christian. You can be whatever version of it that you like to be.
That's good.
And it's just one of those things where you don't know what they're going through. Sure. You don't know what they've been through.
100%.
Wherever they are, they're there, and it doesn't mean they want to stay there.
100%. That's so good, Ron. And that you get it, man. You get it. That heart of pulling over to a bus stop in the middle of winter for someone.
Snow days, that's all I do. I honestly, on snow days,
huge.
I drive a Jeep. Plus, I love to drive around the snow. I love to drive because I'm the only one on the road. I find anybody on a bus stop, I'm like, get in.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people who are like sitting in those like little plastic things, like it's freezing.
It's cold. Yeah.
I'm telling you, my Jeep looks pretty good.
Yeah. Well, man, Ron, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. We're just so grateful for you. I think that's a really cool story. And it just reveals more of your heart, behind what you do. You're an incredible radio personality. You have a heart that's as big as Texas. And man, Oklahoma City is benefiting because of your willingness to step up and just go do it, And so thank you for that, Ron. It means a lot to us. I can't say that enough. It really does. It really means a lot to us. And it really means a lot to our young people. Like there's some of the kids that are here at City Center that if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't be getting Christmas. I mean, period. Zero.
I know. I love saying that on the
That's
radio.
crazy.
It's one of the things that I say. Here's the best story I ever told on the radio. I was handed a wish list one year, and what it said on there was, I'd like a bed for me and my brother and sister. Not, I want a bed.
Yeah.
I need a bed for my brother. I need a bed for my brother and sister.
One bed for 3 kids, yeah.
That story is still, it's like, it gives me the feels. Like when I tell that story, I told that story on the radio the next day. A commercial break happens. The phone rings again. It's like, hey, Bob Stoops wants to talk to you. I'm like, all right, I'll come in there. He goes, no, he wants to talk to you on the radio. I'm like, wow. Okay. And he comes on the radio. He goes, I'm just trying to put my day together, drink a cup of coffee on my way somewhere. He goes, no, I'm just boo-hooing. Listen to you tell this story. He goes, how can I help?
Wow.
It's like, so just knowing what you do, I think everybody wants to help. I think everybody wants to help, but they don't know how and they don't know who. So a lot of people know me and they trust me.
Yep.
So it's like, it's just one of those things that makes it easy for a lot of people. It's like, I know that guy, I trust him, and I like the stories.
Well, that's great. Ron Benton, a.k.a. Spinozi, bringing hope around Christmas time, all year round, actually, to families and friends at City Center. So we appreciate you so much, my friend.
My cell phone number, put it in your phone right now.
Here we go.
But listen, if you text me, you owe me $100. It's the rule. If you text me about something I said on my show, it's $100. 405-650-4560. Put it in your phone right now.
Right now, let's do it.
And you'll have it in my phone because it's so funny. No matter what we talk about on radio, somebody will be like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I just send them $100. Like, you owe me.
That's
and they're
awesome.
like, okay, I'll pay up.
I love that, man.
Well, thank you. We're looking for what you and Julie are an
thank you.
absolute miracle. The Miracle on
Thank you, my
41st
friend.
Street. I mean, I do it for 12 days a year.
Sure.
You guys do it 365 days a year. It's just like such a small part. So thank you. It's got to be overwhelming.
Yeah, it means a lot to us. Thanks a ton, Ron, and we appreciate it. Voices of OKC family. Man, thank you so much for joining us today. You got a treat today. And if you, again, save that phone number in your phone because Christmas is coming up really close, and we can't wait for you to be a part of this tremendous initiative we have at Christmas time. So thank you to the audience for joining us today. We're so excited to have you, and join us again next week.